It's another Saturday, and we're delighted to bring to you your program, Security Watch Africa. Only on this channel, the Africa Invented Television, you get this program to keep your life safe and secure. Welcome to the program today. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. Today, we will bring you a collection of a lot of reports that we'll put together during the week. But I can't do without commenting that this past week has been a horrible time for security in Nigeria, with attacks on security agencies, killing of soldiers and military officers in Benue, and the attack on facilities in Imo State and some other parts of the southeastern part of Nigeria. It's really, really sad. And we think that security agencies should up their games. They must up their games, because a society where the security agencies are those being attacked, who protects the people? I think that it's time for the security agencies to be more proactive, to gather intelligence and prevent actions like that. Thanks for staying tuned. My name remains Patrick Abambu. I will just go straight to the first report we have for you today, and that is talking about coronavirus. Seriously speaking, it's becoming a worrisome and troubling situation. Even with the vaccine that's available, there are some people who complain of side effects, but glad that the AstraZeneca vaccine that is being used in Nigeria currently is being said to be close to 100% good. But we indulge that everybody who have taken it, once you notice any side effect, please ensure that you report. So we'll go straight to the report by Peggy Agbe on the effects, side effects of the coronavirus vaccine.
Like any vaccine, the COVID vaccines could cause side effects, which could be mild or moderate, depending on the recipient's body and how they react to different organisms. Serious or long-lasting adverse effects of the vaccines should be monitored to avoid fatal occurrences. Typical side effects includes pain and redness at the injection spot, fatigue, headache, fever, muscle pain, chills, and diarrhea. These side effects could occur after vaccination and may differ according to specific vaccines. The AstraZeneca vaccine, which is widely administered in Africa, is proven to be extremely safe, and compensation for any serious side effects have been instituted to instill confidence in the vaccine. This news came as a result of 277 reported cases of adverse effects of the vaccine in Kenya. The compensation will be made by the United States-based Risk Management Services, SIS INC. To find out if this compensation is also available for Nigerians and at what point will recipients be allowed to make claims, Security Watch Africa had a chat with the Chief Executive Officer, Institute of Human Virology Nigeria, Dr. Patrick Sunday Dakam, to throw more light on the subject.
The response of Nigeria to COVID-19 is being supported by the World Health Organization from a technical perspective. The access to vaccines also is being supported by the WHO through various mechanisms, but the common of those mechanisms is the one that enables resource-limited settings to have access to vaccines at a lower cost. And the idea of all of this is that equitable distribution of vaccines is what is being promoted by WHO as a means for a global response. Because if one country says that they are safe and another country becomes the epicenter of the epidemic or the pandemic, then they become the focal point for reintroducing the virus. And remember that this virus also mutates a lot. And because it mutates a lot, every country is still at risk even if they are fully vaccinated. So the issue of access to vaccines is a global response, and WHO is anchoring that. Now, Nigeria is part and parcel of subscribing to the global efforts through the WHO-led program. Now, the issues related to compensation for adverse events of vaccines is also part and parcel of this global response. So the program that WHO is anchoring to enable different countries have access to compensation for severe adverse events Nigeria has also subscribed, and so is also part of it. So what does that mean? It means then that if anybody that has the vaccine develops a severe adverse event that is debilitating, then of course that person will be entitled to apply. What I have always advocated whenever it comes to public health, response is that we must be good in documentation. Very good in documenting whatever adverse events, so that we also develop our own unique response to the vaccine, meaning that are Nigerians reacting separately? Remember that the trials were not done in Nigeria, but we depend on the results of the trials in populations that have similar genetic profile with us. So the vaccines have been tried in people, in black people, African descent people, so we assume that this vaccine will also have the same effect in us. And so far, we've not had any report of any severe event that I'm aware of. So, but in the event that anybody develops any severe adverse event, the first thing is to report. And where do you report? You report to the center where you got the vaccine from. And once you report to the center where you got the vaccine from, they're able to take it up from there.
Finding out if there have been reports of adverse effects and what effects particularly people have reported about the AstraZeneca vaccines, he had this to say.
In Nigeria now, I have also not heard of any report of anyone that has developed a blood clotting side effect as a result of this. And remember that even for places where these reports have been made, WHO is saying that there is a possibility that it is linked, but there is no certainty that it is linked, and has proven without any reasonable doubt that the vaccine is the causative agent for this blood clot, because the number is not above the number found in the general population.
He also spoke on the interval between the first and second doses.
The reason why they say it can be extended is because the studies have shown that you still have good antibodies up to that period of time. And in order to have a better coverage, rather than give a small number of people 2 doses, it's better to give several people that first dose, and then as the vaccines become available, you are getting the second dose. Since, after all, the coverage is still reasonably there, the amount of antibodies circulating is good enough for coverage, and that is why it's extended. In the United Kingdom also, it's the same thing. It's been extended for 3 months also.
While we all wait to get vaccinated, let's stay safe and follow all the etiquettes of COVID-19 as instructed by National Centers for Disease Control. Stay safe. Peggy Agbe, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Like I said, we must all imbibe all safety protocols to ensure that we remain safe. Always put on your face mask at any time when you're in public. Yes, we'll have to move quickly. During the week, there's a change of guard at the force headquarters, Abuja, the headquarters of the Nigeria Police Force, where the former IGP, Mohammed Abubakar Adamu, was removed and replaced with the former Deputy Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, and he took over and has started action immediately. Sit back as we bring you this report from the force headquarters put together by Shekina Chinkere.
Against all expectations, the Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari, on 6 April 2021, removed IGP Adamu Mohammed Abubakar as the Inspector General of Police and appointed the former Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of Force Criminal Investigation Department, FCID, DIG Alkali Usman Baba, as the Acting Inspector General of Police to assume duty with immediate effect. On April 7, 2021, DIG Baba was decorated with his new rank as the Inspector General of Police by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, on same date as directed by President Buhari. The now retired IGP Adamu handed over to the new IGP Alkali Usman Baba at the force headquarters in Abuja. After he took over, the acting IGP, Baba, promised that the Nigeria police under his watch will display professionalism and obey rights of citizens while carrying out their duties.
The task of restoring the primacy of Nigerian police in the internal security architecture of the country is the main challenge ahead of all of us. It is, however, a task that I am convinced we can surmount if we resolve as a people to partner and present a common front against the subversive and criminal elements who are the common enemies of the whole nation. I am mindful of the yearnings of Nigerians for a policing system that will not only assure them of their safety, but treat them with civility and hold their human rights sacred. I promise to provide the highest possible level of professional and responsive leadership to meet this desired objective or aspiration.
The new Nigeria Police Force helmsman, however, called cooperation from members of the public.
I call on the citizens to change their mindset and be prepared to work with us in the interest of community safety and national security.
The acting Inspector General of Police thanked God and President Muhammadu Buhari for his appointment.
I wish to immensely thank His Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for considering me worthy of this appointment. I am fully conscious of the task ahead and His Excellency's expectation. By the grace of Almighty Allah, I shall not let the nation down. To the police officers, I call on you to continue to support me with prayers so that this journey we are commencing just now, today, shall lead us to the desired destination.
Like a man on a mission, the police boss hits the ground running by visiting the Nigeria Police Trust Fund office to seek collaboration and support. With the rising insecurity in the country, the acting IGP, Alkali Usman Baba, summoned his critical strategic police commanders serving in the south-south and southeastern parts of Nigeria to Louis Edet House for a brainstorming session. The acting IGP quickly disclosed the reason for the meeting.
We have a very critical situation in the south and southeast geopolitical zone, which needs immediate attention and which needs rejigging our operational strategy to ensure that this thing is nipped on the board within the quickest possible time. We are going to discuss this as a team here. And thereafter, all AIGs in these zones and the Deputy Inspector General of Police that is supervising the two geopolitical zones will have to go back and implement whatever we must have decided with a view to seeing a change.
For some time now, Nigeria has been witnessing disturbing security situation across the length and breadth of the country, and this, the acting IGP says, his mission will be to ensure that all parts of the country is made safe under his watch. Shekina Chinkere, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Yeah, we wish the new Inspector General of Police well in his new assignment. He's a man that has been tested and tried and is proven to be capable of handling it. A lot of people have been congratulating him because he is an alumni of Security Watch Africa Awards series, and for the multiple award winner. So he's grounded in his work. He has won the award several times in the US, in South Africa, and all that. So from Security Watch Africa, I would say kudos to you and congratulations, and we wish you well. Yes, let's quickly go to the armed forces of Nigeria. When the new service chiefs were appointed, a lot of Nigerians have put a lot of trust and hope that they will do better, improve the security situation in the country. And they've hit the ground running. They've started, and they are working seriously to ensure that things are made better. Security Watch Africa spoke to the spokespersons of the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Air Force to find out the vision of the chiefs in those two arms of the armed military. Sit back as we bring you this report put together by our defense correspondent, Shuli Daniels.
With the appointment of the new service chiefs and the concept of joint operations and synergy adopted by the Tri-Service, Security Watch Africa was at the Nigerian Army and Nigerian Air Force headquarters in Abuja to find out what are the visions of the two service chiefs of Army and Air Force. At the Army headquarters, the Director, Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Mohammed Yerima, gave insight into the vision of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru.
Patrick, the vision is the Nigerian Army that is repositioned to professionally defeat all adversaries in a joint environment. The Chief of Army Staff has a command philosophy. He believed in jointness in operation. He doesn't believe that in a one-man show. He believes, like in the theater of the operation, we are the army there. We have air components there that supports the operation, that we can call for anything at any particular time.
At the Air Force headquarters, the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Edward Gapquet, who received Security Watch Africa's team, eagerly spoke on the vision of the Chief of Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Oladayo Isaka Amao.
Since the appointment of Air Marshal Oladayo Amao as the Chief of the Air Staff, he has not left anybody in doubt as to where he wants to take the Nigerian Air Force to. Indeed, barely a week after assumption of office, he came out with a vision, to enhance and sustain critical air power capabilities required for the joint employment of our armed forces in pursuit of national security imperatives.
Speaking further on the concept of the jointness in operation and commitment of the two service chiefs to making Nigeria a safer place, even at this critical time, the two spokespersons had this to say.
He has nothing in mind rather than seeing that this country is in peace, back to peace. We defeat Boko Haram, come to the northwest, go to the southeast, go to the northwest. All we go to the south, we go to the southwest. All we are after is peace. He's bent. Right now he's even in Maiduguri. He was in Sector 2 in Damaturu. He was in Monguno. He's coming back. He has not rested. He and the service chiefs, jointly, all of them, they were in Zamfara. They were in Ibadan. They were in Enugu. And they went to Maiduguri over the weekend. They left the Chief of Army Staff there because at least it's his operation and the rest. So that is the essence. He believes in jointness of operations, and he doesn't believe in one-man show. But with all humility, he's after the end of this crisis in this country.
For us in the Air Force, it's a continuum. The new service chiefs have taken over from the former service chiefs, and they have continued from the good work those former service chiefs have laid, and they want to continue and build on it and ensure that until and unless we have a semblance of peace and security in this country, they are not going to rest. And it's one thing that all of them have come together, and they are all working together to show and foster jointness.
With the two service chiefs ready to work diligently to the peace and security of the country, Brigadier General Yerima and Air Commodore Gapquet appeal for cooperation and support from Nigerians.
This war is not for military only. Everybody should be part of these operations. Everybody has a quota to contribute. Like the media, should be patriotic and cover a positive issues, rather than putting all the time negative things that will drag the country back. So his belief is this war is for all of us, because it's a war. If we are thinking it's not a war where we are joking, it's a war. It's something that we have been on it for 11 years. So he believes that everybody should play his own parts And by the grace of God, we will succeed.
What we want to appeal to Nigerians is for patience, for understanding, of the peculiarity of some of these problems we are having. We are dealing with problems of insurgency. We are dealing with an enemy that might even be living within your own environment. It's not a textbook solution that you apply to some of these things. So we please appeal for Nigerians to, first of all, support the Nigerian Air Force and the members of the armed forces. Help us with information that you think can help us to fish out some of these criminal elements in our midst, so that we can all go back to the days of the past where we were all living in peace, without fear, without rancor, so that we can all join hands together and build a nation that we can all be proud of.
Air Commodore Edward Gapquet commended Security Watch Africa for its reportage and commitment.
I want to also thank you for the support you have been giving our armed forces in general, and of course the Nigerian Air Force and all its activities.
Julie Daniels, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Time is not our friend when we are presenting program. We are short of time, but let's go to the next report, which was our visit to Imo State to find out what really is happening and what the police particularly is doing to ensure there is security there. The people and the government of the state were full of praises for the police in spite of the situation by the unknown gunmen, as they said, they are called. I'll sit back as we bring you this report by Ernest Enuneku from Imo State.
As the heartland of eastern Nigeria, is one of the many states in Nigeria faced with enormous security challenges. From kidnapping to armed robbery, cultism, murder, and most recently, secessionist activity leading to attacks on security infrastructure and killing of security operatives. It has been one issue or another. This has perpetually put the Imo State Command of the Nigerian Police Force on the edge. With the arrival of CP Nasiru Mohammed as the new Commissioner of Police of the state about 2 months ago, the road for policing primacy became clearer, particularly with the arrest of many suspects who hitherto were brazenly carrying on with cult activities, kidnapping, and robbing innocent residents. The government and people of the state are full of praises for the Imo State Police Command under the leadership of CP Nasiru Mohammed. When Security Watch Africa visited the state recently and met with the governor of the state, Senator Hope Uzodinma, the governor, who is passionate about security and welfare of residents of the state, spoke on the security of Imo State and what the police have been doing to make the state safer with the partnership and support from his government.
Before we came, Imo State was full of this kidnapping here, armed robbery there, gangsterism there. But when we came, we were able to put together a joint committee made up of Nigerian police, the army, the police, the Air Force, and other security agencies, who floated a security outfit called Operation Search and Flush, with every agency manning their own area of assignment. And that dramatically reduced the rate of crime in Imo State. You will agree with me, you can confirm from residents here, that kidnapping has gone to the barest minimum down. Armed robbery is almost eliminated. The recent activities of this Eastern Security Network working for IPOP, the Nigerian police has done a lot of arrests, and the intelligence have been collected, and it's a continuous program that we must continue to do to eventually bring their activities under control. So I can tell you that Imo State people are very appreciative of the work the Nigerian police has been doing here since I came as the governor, and they will continue to give the relevant support needed to make them function better. Like I've said in many fora, Nigerian police is capable and able. All they need is the cooperation of all of us so to enable them work as designed.
Some residents of the state bear their minds on security and policing in the states.
Security men are doing well. To the best of our knowledge, Imo Lights, they are briefing us and we are giving them information on how to go about it. So they are doing well. Everybody should relax. Conditions, situations will be stable very soon because the CP has been wonderful. He has been responding to calls, no matter the area. In the next 10-15 minutes, the police are there. So their response is very, very okay.
We've not been expecting these things to happen around us here, but unfortunately it's happening. So it's an opportunity for us to still continue to beckon upon the security agencies, the police, the armed forces, to do enough to still, continue protecting the people. They shouldn't relent. With the attacks, by unknown gunmen, and the way they are getting kind of worried. I listen to people, people who comment on radio too. Most of the times they say these attacks are necessary by unknown gunmen because these policemen are our fathers, brothers, mothers, uncles. Whoever is behind these attacks, I think the security agencies should do enough to unravel them so that people will know who are these unknown gunmen. There may be people, few columnists who may, be capitalizing on what is happening all over the nation to a kind of create tension in Igbo land. That's the way I see it. So for the police, they are trying.
The only thing I urge everybody to do is to help support Nigerian police, every Nigerian, with what they have done. I think they need support, they need encouragement from the masses. We need to encourage them. And the people in the authority also need to help. I once heard about Nigerian Police Trust Fund. I don't know how it goes. If such things still exist, people like us will put our widows' mites because they have done a lot.
In the past 1 week, the peace of the state has been shattered by attacks on the State Police Command headquarters, some police stations, and correctional center by secessionist agitators. Parts of this security infrastructure were burned, and almost 2,000 suspects in police cells and inmates at the correctional facilities were set free. The police command has promised and working in synergy with other security agencies to restore normalcy and bring to book perpetrators of these recent attacks in the states. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Owerri, Imo States.
Yeah, we have to leave other programs to continue until we come your way again next week. I say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.